Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? My name is djanonzt, and we're back with WWE Champions and another edition of Let's Talk About It. I'm bringing it back. I feel like I don't take enough time to just talk to you guys anymore, and I want to get back to doing that. I want to get back to some talking point videos. I want to have these weekly at this point, so be on the lookout. And from here on out, like always, if you want to hear me just specifically do a talking point segment on any topic you want to hear, leave it down in the comments of this video, and I will consider using it as a talking point for my next video of this series. So, and from there on out, just always leave a comment on a Let's Talk About It, and I'll take your topic into consideration for the next one. So, I'm just on this screen because I think watching the zombies scroll through is pretty awesome, because I'm a huge fan of zombies. And that brings me to today's main topic, is Scopely cooking. All right? And I know there's going to be a lot of haters. There's always a lot of haters out there, and they're going to try to take this opportunity to poop all over everything like they always do. But I kind of think they're cooking right now. Like, I've really been enjoying things recently. Changes that sound scary when they come up and then turn out being fine, like this past Flash feud. Having to go to 300 million. I've seen a lot of people up in arms about having to go to 300 million. And I asked the question, why do you have to go to 300 million? There was really, I mean, at 200 million, I guess you could have got them the prize wall tokens that would have scored for your faction contest. But I don't even think that was super important. The contest points for that contest ended at 100 million anyway, so it was pretty much par for course for a lot of people over Flash feuds. And I felt like I was on a limited schedule. It was my town's our town homecoming celebration deal. So we had like the carnival in town. I was pretty limited for the weekend as I was involved with most of that stuff in my community, and like I still easily hit 100 million. So I really just did CSS on all of them, whatever I could, and was done. So I felt like the Flash feud change was just fine. I felt like I got rewards that I mean, not necessarily from the contest, but I feel like the shards I've been able to pick off the prize wall and everything have been pretty good. I don't know if any of that is still in game here. I think that ended yesterday, so I don't think that we can look at it at this point. So sometimes when you talk about things in a wrap-up format on here, I'm a little late, so I don't have the visual aids because we just started Zombie Month. TMNT. I know a lot of people were upset with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles contest, and I have to ask myself, why? Why were we upset about that? Okay, Bloodline Takeover Finale prize wall. So last month, let's see this. Were we cooking? All right. Look at this. This is cooking. So if you're say you're a new player, you got a quality superstar in Bradshaw right here, obtainable for 1 token. Sami Zayn, I mean, he's not a 6-star gold guy, but if you don't got him, there you go. You could have got him. Almost, I would never have spent 3 of these for Almost. I would have just waited. But Piper's Power, game changer. If you were able to acquire Piper's Power skill plate, that could change everything for you. So yeah, offering that at all, like, that's one of the most powerful plates in the game. That was crazy good. Then even on this wall, being able to get the Cora Jade plate, if you were able to get the 5-star right away. I know you got to spend to get that, or get real lucky on some key pulls or something. But again, awesome stuff there. The midweek prize wall has been such an awesome addition to the game. I can't stress that enough. You know, whether or not, I'm not talking about specific contests. I'm just saying overall, the things that we're able to try to grind for on this wall throughout the month, absolutely fantastic. And last month here, having these bags on the wall here for Jacob Fatu, Tamatanga, and Solo for those. I actually, as you can see, there's only one solo bag left because I bought the other ones and was able to recruit him that way. So, absolutely awesome. I think we're cooking there. TMNT contest. Let's talk about that for a second. I don't have a problem with it at all. And I know two of the characters, and I'm going to tell you, I did not get Leonardo Seth Rollins, and I did not get Raphael Ray. But I also don't have a problem with that. Yeah, would they have been super useful to anybody's roster? Yes, and you want to get them, but yeah, that's the fear of missing out that gets created. That's a salesman trying to sell you something. I mean, that's everywhere in life. That's business. That's what makes sense. But I didn't bite on it. I didn't really spend. I mean, I did like one mega pull in the Leon. I did 2 mega pulls total. So one the first week, one the second week. Nothing crazy. Didn't get them. Faction didn't wail out to get Ray. That's fine. I'm not upset about that at all. Because I know, like, if I didn't get him, a lot of people didn't get him. Either one, you know? So it's not like I'm in this small club of people that have to feel left out. Like, I'm fine with some things being super unattainable. And I put them on my list now. Like Seth and Ray both, I'm putting on. There's like this list of people and items that I won't use for preview videos just because, like, I feel like they're so rare that if you happen to be somebody who could actually do that, you don't need my help. So that's like the drip plate, the Hulkamaniac plate, which is actually, I've seen some people starting to get the Hulkamaniac plate, but like the drip plate, the Ghostbuster plates, 130% gem damage straps. I won't use that. I just started using Sherry. I had her on my list because most people didn't have that. But now, yeah, Leonardo and Ray going right on to that list of things that I'm not going to use because I just don't think that, I don't think that's the play. So, that brings us to cage match rules, which kind of dominated the feuds and the tours at the end of the TMNT contest. And did it kind of suck sometimes? Sure, right? And my problem is, like, the arguments I'm seeing from people, like I pay all this money to get all this good stuff, and then you tell me I can't use it. Like, bro, listen, it's like, it was, what, a couple of tours and a weekend of feuds. Like, it's not the end of the world. We could try it out there. Like, yeah, maybe it could have been its own, like, mode, like Extreme Rules or whatever, but I mean, to be honest, Extreme Rules is just a tour anyways, so it's not really like its own mode. It's just a tour that has the rules attached to it. So I didn't have a problem with it. And you want to know why I didn't have a problem with it? Because it's wrestling. And let me explain it to you a little bit, why I think it's wrestling. What is the cage match for in wrestling? It's when you get to a point in a feud where, I mean, in the old day, they had to, it wasn't always to keep people out, but it kind of became like, if there's too much interference all the time, too much fuckery, you know what I'm saying, in your title matches, you put them inside the cage. That way, nobody else can get in the cage to interfere in the match. We can get a true one-on-one inside the cage, right? And that's what they're doing with the cage mode in here. Like, you're having too much problems with people using skill plates against you that you don't have. Well, let's make the stipulation. Those skill plates ain't coming inside the cage. We can keep them out of the cage this way. Like, it kind of fits to me. Like, stipulations on wrestling matches all the time. Like, the cage match stipulation says you can't use your entourage, right? That's wrestling. That's wrestling. What if they're like, Roman, I know this is like an old rep, but like Roman has to defend the title and Solo, Jimmy, and Jay are barred from ringside, right? Like, that's wrestling. Those stipulations happen. And in that aspect of it, I think that that's cool. Like, I think that that's a different take. Do I want it all the time? No. But like once a month, if they did like the midweek contest tours with steel cage rules, cool. If we did a feud every 3 months, a feud weekend where there was some steel cage rules, cool, whatever. like flash feuds for the weekend. Maybe have one of them be a cage match rules every time. I don't know, and and then just rotate the stipulation each time. I'm fine with that, honestly. I'm fine with that. So again, with all of that going, I think that's cooking. I think they're cooking right now, and we'll see how I do this month. Now I know I'm blessed a little more than some. I spend a lot on some people's scales, but I still see myself as like the low end of the top end spenders, right? Like I don't chase anything ever. Like me and T spend set budgets all the time. Like one mega pull, like you're not gonna see me going back in 3-4 times on mega pulls. Like we know what it is and we leave it what it is all the time, right? So I'm back in full swing. My videos got a little slow and my content got a little stale for a little bit, but we moved and that was a big process and it was a lot. And my wife had surgery, knee replacement, T-unit, knee replacement, and so that was a lot. And then at the end of it, we just kind of hit a point where like we spent so long working on the house move and the adjustments of that and all and her surgery that like we just needed to take some time to like just get our bearings back straight, right? Like just spend a lot of family time at the end of summer, but school's back in full swing, T-unit's back to work, and your boy DJ is gonna be back full swing with the content. So expect more original DJ videos rather than just strictly gameplay and polls, which again, we'll talk about that too. Let's talk about my content style, okay? I am unapologetically me. If you don't like the way I make videos or the choices that I make and what I make, like, I don't fucking care. Doesn't bother me at all. I don't make my videos to please anybody. I just like to have fun and share my fun with other people. So, poll videos get great views. Let's not dance around it, all right? I get more views on polls videos, like short-term views, than anything. And some videos I make, and people will be like, why would you make that right now, right? It'd be like, I don't know, something random, like a Great Khali 6-star gold video or something, right? And the views will be like way low, like initially when it first goes out. But that's something I call long form content, because that video is going to exist forever and that will get searched by people at various points and they will always be able to find it. So like there's some videos I'm just throwing out there for people to be able to find, and other videos I'm looking for the quick views on the channel. And so that's why we post so many polls videos, because until the views run dry on them, why would we not post them? If you don't like polls videos, you don't have to watch the polls videos, just watch the other videos. It has no bearing on each other. But sometimes, like when I get a comment that's like, remember when you used to make content, now you just make polls videos, like, you know who you are. It's cool. But like I kind of took that personally, you know? Like I was doing the best I could to not take a break from my channel when my family and my home situation was at its absolute worst. Like I mean, not at its worst, just like at its busiest, I guess. Like it's worst for me to make content. I persevered through that and managed to still find a way to keep videos coming out all the time. And yeah, so the polls videos are going to continue. We always evolve what we're doing. The polls championship thing is getting kind of stale. We need new rules, I think. It used to work better, you know, being able to say a 6-star made you the new champion or whatever. That's just something fun that we do around here to just try to keep it interesting with the polls. Something to maybe if you didn't get what you wanted, you might still be happy about your polls because you won the polls championship and you get to gloat a little bit. Also, my video style for previews in that, I think I have a really good style of doing that. And if you haven't watched my gameplay videos in a while, I would challenge you to give me another chance. I used to hoot and holler a lot on them, and I mean, everybody evolves. Okay, that's what I do, that stuff on my stream still, but for videos now, I'm kind of settled down a lot. And I like to make feud builds because I feel like that's the realest thing that there is in the game. It's going to be the hardest thing to put up. So if I can show you a build with 2 MP trainers that's made to be turn 1 in feud, and it still looks at least semi-impressive, then you can take that and you can go, you know what? I'm not in feud. What if I took off this trainer and put somebody else on, right? Like, that should make you excited about your person in the game. And there's so many people that'll just come back and be like, yeah, you know, you could have just taken this person off and put on this other person and jacked them all up. And it's like, well, then I'm not leaving anything. Like, sometimes I feel like you want to leave a little bit up to the imagination, but and with the new previews of the new people, what I try to do now is what I call the scale of damage. And I think that's a good way to do previews, right? I'll do like a completely like free to play set where, I mean, I'll still have the 100% gem damage strap and the Fury 2s, but that's kind of like all we have. But I'll go like no skill plates and free to play trainers and coaches, and we'll see how the moveset performs and what the damage is. And then I'll go all the way to like, what if you have the best skill plates and the best trainers and coaches, and this is what the damage is. And it's at a 6-star gold, and let's say the first one was 15 million, but the second one was 50 million. You go, okay, so the range of damage of what you can do with this build at 6-star gold is 15 to 50 million. And then you'll have to start going through and being like, okay, so what was the most important pieces of this build? And I'll break all of that down for you. And sometimes I'll show you 3, 4, 5 rapid fire clips in the build of just, hey, I switched off the skill plate, here's the hit. Switch the skill plate, here's the hit. Like, boom, just to try to get that out there. I'm kind of done with showing movesets that I know aren't going to compete at 6-star gold. I used to want to show everything, but now I feel like, again, I'm going to use the Great Khali, for example, because I just did his video the other week. We know now that the sub with the trap gems and the gem damage boost is his meta build, right? There is another build where you can just spam silence gems and then turn the silence gems into purple gems. But at 6-star gold, breaking half the board one time, that's not going to compete with anybody. You're not going to win matches with that build. That build is like for faction boss at this point, or for showdown trying to break a certain gem, right? You wouldn't use it to try to like win matches on a tour or in a feud or anything like important like that. So there's no reason. I could just pull it up and explain it to you and tell you about it. There's no reason for me to bring it through matches and do all of that with it. So I mean, that's kind of how I feel when I do the 6-star gold videos. Unless it's a brand new preview, I do those on my own time. But any of the other ones, I'm recording those on my Wednesday night stream on the official channel, and we're taking the input from the chat. So like, it's not just me, it's a collective of 100 people or so every single time being like, what about this trainer, what about this coach, what about this plate? And we kind of weed through it all, and then we put it together, and I kind of show you the best of what we come up with. So it's a group effort, and if you want to participate with that, you know, join my Discord server. It is down below in my information on every single one of my videos. You should join my Discord server. You can get all the info, all the links to everything else from there. It is the central hub. It's like my website, I guess. So go there and say what's up. I'll talk to you there too. So, yeah, we're getting a little long on this one, but we're going to be back to talking all the time again. I'm going to be recording these. They're going to be a little longer, maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes. Maybe I can bring on a special guest time to time, although I don't really want it to be a special guest kind of show. That's not really what I'm looking to do. Sometimes I just like to ramble and give you guys my thoughts, but occasionally it doesn't hurt to like talk to a Merrick's about something, or bring T-Unit in to talk to her about it, or, you know, maybe we'll get Reaper on and do an interview with him one time so you guys can hear that he's a real person. So, yeah, let me know what you want down in the comment section below. And I'm glad to be back full swing. See you next time. Peace.